Tell me if this is something that you can relate to. It's getting closer to the end of the year. Everybody and their mom is trying to improve their life and lock in, but you feel like and you don't know how to get out of this state. I'm honestly an expert in this field. I've been in a rut so many times before in my life, and this is why over time I have learned to control it and not get into this state. And today I would like to share some of my insights on how you can get out of the rut and finally come back as the better version of yourself. Hello everybody, thank you for being here. My name is Angelica, and on this channel we talk about all things productivity by working smart and not hard. Let's get into the topic of today's video. So the first thing that you need to start with is to close any open tabs. What do I mean by that? You cannot start improving your life while you have any unfinished projects going on. Especially if you have been in a rut for some time now. You have probably procrastinated a lot and left many tasks either undone or half done. You might even keep moving deadlines further and further away, which only increases your anxiety and then worsens your mental state. The truth is, undone tasks consume your energy. We as humans only have a limited amount of energy. You cannot keep doing things forever, and that's just the truth. Any anxious thoughts in your mind create little energy leakages that then drain you for literally nothing. Think of it like a browser, Google Chrome for example. Each open tabs in your browser consumes a little bit of your computer's memory. You probably noticed before that if you leave too many tabs open, your computer might even get slower because it is using too many of its resources now. It cannot work properly now. And the same thing happens to our minds. You cannot have too many undone tasks because it will drain you. You need to start closing your tabs and you need to start finishing these undone tasks first in order to feel normal again. So start by simply revisiting your tasks. That's the easiest thing you can do. If you procrastinate often, over time you might even develop this anxiety over simply checking your tasks and not even doing them. You can start small. Simply open your tasks, see them, see what's there, and then you can structure what needs to be done after that. You need to start facing your responsibilities first before you can actually start fulfilling them. And then you simply need to start doing them. Begin with the smallest steps first so that it's easier for you. There is this famous productivity rule that says that if a task takes less than 5 minutes to finish, just do it immediately. This could be sending an email or replying to a message or making a quick call. Just do it right away and do not put much thought into it. And then you also need to remember that sometimes you have to pressure yourself into actions, especially if you have been in a very unproductive period. You have to take yourself out of it yourself. Open your inbox, press the buttons that you have to press in order to complete the task. Take small steps, structure them. Divide each task into little manageable pieces so that you won't even feel threatened by this task because it is so simple now. If you just simplify your task into literally pressing buttons and opening web pages or going out of the house, it's going to be much more manageable for you. And then slowly move on into finishing the rest of the tasks that you have. Set yourself a goal, and this is going to be your first goal right now, to complete what's already on your plate. Do not take any new goals or tasks or plans before you complete the ones that you have open right now. Next, you have to start working on your environment. When we are in a rut, we usually stop taking care of ourselves and our surroundings. So your room gets messy, and then that clutter only makes your mind feel even more chaotic. I've said it in my other video and I will link it below in the description. Your environment literally changes you. You cannot be a productive, glowing person if your space is messy and cluttered. Again, start small. Make your bed. Put away any dirty dishes that you might have in your room. Open your windows. Let some fresh air in. Small physical changes in your environment will instantly shift your energy. And then similar to this point, when you're in a rut, you usually stop taking care of yourself too. The best advice that I can give here is to simply pick one day and give yourself a full everything shower, okay? I cannot stress enough the healing power of a good everything shower. Pull out all of your different masks, and I mean for the face, for the body, for the hair, different scrubs, lotions, everything that you might have, and just marinate yourself in that. It doesn't even matter if the products are the most effective ones or not. You know, I've always had a cabinet full of random products. You know, some of them were gifted to me, some of them I bought myself, but they weren't as effective. I've never used them. But when it comes to a good everything shower, it literally doesn't matter if the product is effective or not. Treat it like a little playground for yourself. Give yourself some time, pamper yourself, and just simply enjoy it. And I'm telling you, it only takes one good, full, everything shower to make you feel physically like a brand new person. It's the perfect way for you to reset yourself physically, and then as a result, it will also help you mentally. Next thing is to move your body. One of the fastest ways to get out of a rut is to move. Literally, just move. It doesn't matter if it's going to the gym or stretching for 10 minutes or just taking a walk. Physical movement will change your state instantly. You see, when you're in a rut, your energy gets stuck in your body because you stay in your room, you lie on your bed, scrolling your mind away, your body doesn't release any of the tension that it has inside. Movement breaks this cycle. It boosts your dopamine and serotonin, which are your motivation and happiness chemicals. And you don't have to instantly start with 2 hour workout. Just move somehow, whatever you enjoy the most. Go for a walk with your headphones, listen to some music, clean while you're dancing, do some yoga. This can be anything. The point is literally just to remind your body that you are still alive. When you feel stuck, ask yourself, what are you feeding your mind with? If you're constantly scrolling, comparing yourself to the things that you see online, consuming negative content, no wonder why you feel drained. A great way to get out of the rut is to do a social media detox. This is actually something that I'm doing right now, and I already feel much more focused and less anxious. Try not using your phone for entertainment purposes before a certain time, like 1 p.m. for example. And when you do use it, please make sure to protect your peace. Only engage with the kind of content that the highest version of yourself would also consume. Remember that you don't have to watch or listen to the things that you don't want to. Unfollow, block, and curate your feed so it aligns with the version of yourself you are trying to become. When you clean your input, your mind finally has space to think again. Another thing that always gives me energy and helps me get up is planning. In my opinion, it gives you so much vision and motivation to work on your goals because it literally reminds you how your life could look like if you actually gave your dreams a chance. And when I say planning, this can mean different things for different people. Some of you might love creating vision boards or to-do lists. Others might prefer journaling about what their perfect day looks like. It really comes down to what you personally enjoy, but planning is essential if you feel like you lost control over your life. You can create a new Notion page or a Google Doc page, open Pinterest, and start imagining what you would want your life to look like again. You can then even save this vision and put it into ChatGPT and ask it to create some actionable steps for you to then reach this goal. When you sit down to plan, you step out of your head and start focusing on creating and visualizing instead of stressing over your problems and all of the reasons you think you will never become the person that you want to be. And then finally, create a tiny win for yourself today. When you're in a rut, everything feels too big. So the trick is to make something so small that it's impossible not to do it. To remind yourself that you are still capable of doing things and reaching your goals. And this includes many things that I've already mentioned before, like making your bed, replying to the email, doing one page in your planner, doing some yoga. You don't need to have a massive comeback. You literally just need a single small win to remind yourself that you can do things. And then once you do the small thing, you would want to then try the next one, and that's how you can start your momentum. I want you to remember that you don't have to fix your entire life in just one day. Just take one small action, clean your space, start finishing some tasks. That's how you can begin to shift your energy, and then the rest will simply follow. I really hope that you liked today's video. If so, remember to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I speak on a lot of similar topics that you might find interesting, and I would love to have you around. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.